Hello everyone and welcome to this video where today we're going to teach you how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. And in this lesson of Adobe Premiere Pro, we're going to teach you how to use the workspace in Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay, so let's begin. Now in the previous lesson, I already explained to you about a few workspaces including the Program panel, Essential Graphics, Source, Project panel, and also our timeline panel. Okay, so before we start, I want to explain to you that Adobe Premiere Pro uses a docked panel based interface. The interface configuration is called a workspace. Now the application has a few pre-built workspaces to accommodate different working styles and different tasks you need to accomplish. Now you will perform most of your editing work in the different panels of the program's interfaces. These panels will allow you to import and organize your media and preview your video and audio footage. And what we will do now is basically see the way Adobe has given us some presets so that we can use these workspaces in order to make our editing, audio editing, or even just organizing our project files easier. Now first we have to go to Window, and then we will see Workspaces right at the top of this menu bar. All right, then after we go to Workspaces, you can see that we have about 15 workspaces to choose from. Now these are already given to us, and currently I'm using the editing workspace. Okay, and if we want to go to the effects workspace, we will see that our area, or this whole thing over here, will be turned into a different setting, and we will be given the panels that we will most use while using effects. The same goes for essentials, learning, meta logging, production, review, vertical, and audio, assembly, captions and graphics, and color. Okay, now by default we will always be into the editing panel, but if you want to select another workspace, we can just go over here and, for example, let's select the essentials panel, the essentials workspace. Now you will see that after I clicked on the essentials workspace, my view of the interface has changed drastically, and everything in its current position is just not like before. Here on the left we have our project panel, timeline panel over here at the bottom, the tool panel, and also the source and program panel right over here. And here we have different panels to choose from. Now previously I only explained to you about 5 panels. Now today in this video I'll be also explaining you about the rest of the panels, including the workspace. Okay, so over here you can see that in our window panel, workspace, and we can select the workspaces that we want. What if you want to create a custom workspace? Okay, you can do that as well. Let's say over here I want to actually move this workspace over here from my program and source panel and make them different. So for that I can just go over here, and what I'll do right now is right click over here, and now you can see that we have a couple of options to choose from in order to move or do something with this panel. First, over here we have the close panel option, which will close the panel that I'm currently selecting. For example, now I'm selecting graphics or essential graphics. If I select close panel, you'll notice that it has gone from our panel over here. Now if I right click again, now we are at luminatory color. We can also choose the undock panel to undock it and make it a floating window on our Adobe Premiere Pro software. Okay, then we have close other panels in group, which will not only close one panel but every panel that is inside this group over here. Okay, then we have the panel group settings over here, which will close the whole panel group, undock the whole panel group, maximize it, stack it, and also create small tabs. Now, what will happen if you stacked a panel group? Now we will see that effect right now. If I stack the panel group, you'll see that this is the way it shows me all the information. I can essentially go to any part over here, then select the one I want, and this is what the stacked panel group does. Now, if you want to change this, you can again go to panel group settings and then select the stacked panel group option to be unchecked. And now you can see that we are back to where we were. All right. Now, what I'll do is basically right click, go to panel group settings, and then undock panel group. Okay, this will undock all the panels that are present in this group. But if you want to undock only one panel, you can select this undock panel option for only one panel. And now you can see that I'm selecting the effect controls, so it will be undocked effective immediately. Now you can see that it's in a different panel. And if you want to dock it back again, you can also do that so. But this time you will see something interesting. In order to dock it with previous panel or anywhere you want, you just have to click the effect controls word over here and drag it. And here you can see that we have multiple areas to choose from. We can choose the bar over here to add it with the rest of the panels just like before, or we can select this part over here, this part also, and anywhere inside over here that shows a blue color. Okay, we can do that also with the rest of the tabs over here. As you can clearly see, it's very easy to do so. But what we cannot do is add it to our tools panel. What we can also do is add it to our tools panel. As you can clearly see, it is very easy to do so. Okay, and over here also. And if you want to create a separate workspace for your effect controls or any panel that you wish, you can just go to the side, and you can see that we have a green line over it. It will just display the amount of space that it will take and where it will be placed. Now, if I let go of it, you'll notice that this is what happens. Okay, so what I'll do now is basically delete this effect controls panel. Okay, so right click, and if you want to delete this or close it, just select this option, and now you can see that it is gone. Okay, all right. Now, since I closed effect controls, now how do I bring it back? You cannot see like any option over here in order to bring back my essential graphics option or graphics options. Okay, so what we have to do in order to bring back the closed panels that we have deleted from our workspace is to go to window over here and then go to the effects or essential graphics panel that you closed, and you can see that over here we have check marks on some panels because they are visible to us, and the other panels are not visible because we haven't selected them in this workspace. So now if I select essential graphics, you will see a new pop-up window where it has come to us. There you go. Now essential graphics by default is on this panel, so it has presented to us over here. Now I'm just going to select it and drag it and then show you how it works with different parts. Here you can see that it's over here. Now if I click down there, you can see that it is actually using that option over here, which I selected before in my panel group setting to stack it. Okay, so this is what it does. Now if I go down over here, you can see that it has come in the center and it is back to where it was. If I select it again and click this bottom part, this becomes a stacked panel. Left side, I already showed that. Right side, and if you want to move it directly to the right, it will create a whole new panel for you so that you can edit it more. Okay, there you go. That is all you need to know about how to set up the panels in your workspace in individual groups. Okay, now let's set it back over here, and let's say this time you deleted something again. Okay, but you do not want to go through the work of just clicking on the window on our menu bar and then selecting and then selecting whatever is missing. So for that, we can just go to workspace over here and then select reset to saved layout. And here you can see that our shortcut is Alt Shift plus 0. Now, if we click on this, you'll notice that our workspace is back to what it was. Okay, now you can see that it is back to what it was right before I deleted everything. Okay, now we will go through the panels that we have missed throughout the last lesson. There are like 25 different panels minus 5 because I will be explaining the 20 that I did not last lesson, which are available in Premiere Pro interface, and those are found in the default editing workspace as they are described below. Okay, here you can see that we have the workspaces, and these are all the panels. Okay, so first, we have already explained what the program monitor does, the source monitor, the timeline, and tools do. Okay, so what we'll do now is basically teach you about the audio clip mixer. Okay, now what it does is basically adjust the settings while listening to your audio and viewing video tracks. Each audio clip or track mixer will basically correspond to a track in the timeline of the active sequence. You can also use it to add effects, change the volume of relative tracks, or to record audio directly onto sequence tracks. Okay, after that we have the metadata. Metadata. How do you pronounce this? After that, you have the metadata panel, where it is a set of information that describes the content or properties of a file. Video and audio files automatically include information regarding the file size, format, creation date, duration. Okay, so metadata can also include additional information such as location, director, scene, shot, etc. This panel allows you to edit and view those properties so that you can use them to organize and sort your files or share them with other Adobe applications. Okay, so after that we have the media browser panel. So this panel helps you to browse and preview your files on the hard drive. You can leave the media browser open and dock it just as you would any other panel. The media browser gives you quick access to all your assets while you edit. After that, we have the info panel over here. The info panel displays information regarding the currently selected item in the project panel and timeline. Then we have our effects panel. Just like I told you before, it is a repository for all the videos and audio effects and transitions available in the application. You can place transitions such as dissolve, tip to black, page peels between clips to allow you to transition from one clip to another. You can add effects such as black and white levels and balance to individual clips to change their appearance or audio qualities. Then we will go to the marker panel over here, where you can use the marker panel to see all the markers in an active clip or sequence. The panel displays marker information such as in and out options, comments, and coloring coding tags. After that, we have another important panel, which is our history panel, which will store a list of the actions that you have performed to change the state of your project in the current working session. As an alternative to use edit undo on the keyboard commands Ctrl-Z or CMD+Z for Mac OS, you can use this panel to jump back to any previous state in your current work session. However, you should note that changes you make to your program that affects panels, windows, or preferences are not stored in the history panel. Also, when you close and reopen Premiere Pro, the history panel is automatically reset and you lose access to your previous states of your project. Then we have our oh gosh. Then we have our capture panel, which will help you to capture a video of yourself and also the audio, then which you can use to input it inside your video as well. Okay, so these are some of the panels over here which you will use a lot. Now I'm leaving out all the panels because mostly experts use them, and since this is a beginner video, I would like you to learn about the basics first. Okay, so now that we're done with the panels that you will use throughout your course over here, let's go forward and learn about the preferences section in Adobe Premiere Pro. And why is it important to learn about the preferences, you might say? Well, here you can select the different ways Adobe Premiere Pro will work for you, and also how it will display, edit, and also use the tools on your software. So for going to preferences, go to edit, go to preferences, and then select any of the options below, and then you'll see that our settings for Adobe Premiere Pro has come. Okay, now here you can see that in general we have some options to choose from in order to basically choose the startup option, where we can show home, and when opening a project we can show the open dialog, and we have an option to create bins, projects, and here we have different options to choose from as well. Then for appearance, you can go over here and make your Adobe Premiere Pro's view brighter, lighter, or darker. Okay, let's put it back over here because I like it on my eyes to be a less bit bright. Then in here we have our highlight color, where we can choose the interactive colors to be either lighter or darker. Here we have our focus indicators as well. Then for audio, we can choose many options over here in order to edit our audio hardware, autosave, which is a very important part of Premiere Pro, because in case you're trying to edit a video and suddenly your electricity goes off for your PC, or your PC gets badly damaged and you can't use it anymore, this autosave function will easily save it to your hard drive and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Now here I have given my autosave every 15 minutes, and maximum project versions for every autosave is 20 times. And here we can also select save backup project to Creative Cloud, and autosaves also saves the current projects. Okay, after that we have capture, collaboration, control surface, device control, graphics, labels, media cache, memory, playback, and then timeline, trim. Okay, so these are all the options that you will have to yourself in preferences, and I suggest you that you go through them, and whatever you feel which is comfortable to you, edit it for yourself and start using Premiere Pro. Okay, after you're done, you can just press on OK, or if you need some help, you can always select this option given to us by the program. And if you don't want to save any of the options that you used in your preferences, just click on cancel. All right, now I will show you how to save your workspace. Over here, if I go back to window and workspaces, you'll notice that there is a workspace 1 which you do not have in your version of Adobe Premiere Pro. This is because this is a saved workspace. Okay, now in order to save your workspace, you have to just go and click over here and save as new workspace, and then the option will come to edit your name. So let's type in workspace 2. Okay, and after I click on OK, that is saved. Okay, now let's go back to workspace, and now you can see that the workspace 2 option is given over here. And if you want to even change the way your workspace looks again, you can also do that and then select save changes to this workspace. Or if you want to edit the number of workspace that is over here, you can just select this option. And if you want to import the workspace from a previous project, you can do that as well. So let's first show you how to edit your workspace. Now, after you click on this, you'll see that the edit workspace option comes up. And here we have workspace 1 and workspace 2. You'll notice that I cannot delete any of the default workspaces that are given to us by Premiere Pro, but I can delete the workspaces that are only created by me. So let's delete this first workspace and press OK. And afterwards, if I go again to Window and Workspaces, you'll notice that workspace 1 is gone. Okay. Okay, so that is all you need to know about your workspace in this video. I hope you've understood how to change the way your workspace is displayed, how to save it, edit it, and also changing the way your workspace looks. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next lesson.